Hi, I'm Doug Whitaker from Cloud Design Solutions. We thought we'd spend a few minutes today doing a cloud bite, just talking about what are the options for doing voice, adding phone capabilities to Microsoft Teams. We hear this from a lot of our clients. It's something that they want to evaluate. What are the options around it? After all, there's over 300 million Microsoft Teams users out there, and most of them are using Teams as a point solution, maybe messaging, maybe video. What else can you do with it? And so when I'm talking about adding phone capabilities to Microsoft Teams, what can I do? Well, first thing is you can add Teams Phone. The advantage, it's simple. It leverages Microsoft as a single vendor solution. It's probably the easiest thing to do. But you do give up some capabilities. It's a more basic phone system. You don't have advanced features, things like dial plans and hot desking and failover. And then you're missing some UCaaS functions. They did recently offer SMS as part of it, but that's only North America and Puerto Rico. It doesn't include MMS for multimedia or Rich Communication Service, RCS, for advanced messaging for Android, iOS, and some other things. The other thing is the SLA. They increased nines, but it's also tied to some capabilities of underlying Teams, which has a 3 nines SLA. And then when you're looking at Teams, you need to understand that there is a cost to it. It's probably no longer included in your 365 subscription. It's now something that you need to do separately. And so you probably need to pay for it. And even before that, one analyst called Teams the most expensive free phone system on the market. The reason is you need to have a certain package to be able to do it. The phones might be an additional option. And then you need to do something called a dial plan on top of that and that a calling plan, I'm sorry, on top of that. And the calling plan itself can be more expensive than an entire UCAS license from some other providers. So another option is doing a third-party plugin from one of those other providers. And so this is a good option for many environments. The third-party plugins are from UCaaS providers. That stands for Unified Communications as a Service. And they've developed integration right into Teams. The level of integration depends on which vendor. So you need to take a look at the various options out there. Some of them are great. Some of them are not so much. The advantage to doing the plugin is you get to use Teams as a single desktop. If I want to use phone capabilities, it brings up the interface from that plugin, and then you can make the call from there. But you are sacrificing the native Teams experience. Regular Teams has a call button and a black screen that pops up during phone calls. That's replaced by the functions of the plugin. And so a lot of people are interested in a native Teams experience. And so that includes some other options. And number one is going to be something called direct routing, probably the most powerful option and the most widely used option. This allows for advanced capabilities from third-party UCaaS providers. It's integrated directly into the back end of Teams. So it's not a desktop application. It's something that you do on the back end as part of the service provider part. It allows the UCaaS capabilities from the provider when Teams is down. So if Teams fails, which it has historically a few times a year, you're still able to use calling capabilities by bringing up either the web interface or the desktop interface from that other provider. This option usually provides the most flexibility and customization. It does require some upfront setup, and you also need to duplicate some administration. If I'm going to load in a new user, I need to do that in Teams, and I also probably need to do it in the UCaaS provider's application. And so you need to keep that in mind. Some providers like 8x8 has simplified it by doing something called direct routing as a service. And that's where they've set up a peering or a permanent peering arrangement with Microsoft. And this lets you have the setup and the configuration very simple because it's already done. They don't need to do this for every single customer as they're getting up and running. And then finally, the newest option is something called Operator Connect. Operator Connect allows you to use a subset of those providers out there that need to be certified. And it's companies like Call Tower, 8x8, Scipio, and Fusion Connect. They've pre-integrated their network so that Operator Connect provider is acting as a carrier for Microsoft Teams, basically replacing that calling plan that we talked about before. And so you sign up directly in the Teams administration. You don't duplicate administration. And that said, it does eliminate some options that you might get with direct routing and some control also. It's excellent for customers looking for a simplified environment, the setup, the configuration, the administration, et cetera. And so it's a great option for many organizations out there. So the question is, what's right for you? And that depends on your needs. And that's where we come in. We help you assess, evaluate, negotiate what you're going to be doing with the providers, whether it's Microsoft or one of the UCaaS providers out there. Our goal is to help you identify the right solution at the lowest price. And so you can check us out on clouddesignusa.com or give us a call. Our number is 585-895-2790. Thank you.